How you going, people? We're going to do one on how much ammo should you have? And I get this question a lot, and my standard answer is twice as much as you have. And you know, when you buy guns, and I used to have every caliber of every gun, and it was just too much of a pain to keep ammo for each of those things. Grab my water here. So how much ammo should you have? It depends on what you want to use, how many guns you have, what are you getting your ammo for? Okay, I'm kind of a firm believer, if you're planning as a prepper, survivalist for a mass disaster, whether it's government takeover, another government takeover, nuclear, EMP, sunburst, sunblast, burning the grid, terrorist attack, whatever it is, I think you ought to have probably 10,000 rounds per gun. I think that's a pretty good number. Because, I mean, even now when we're stable, it's very hard to get 22 ammo because the government taxed it, they started buying it up. We don't know what happened to it, but it just dried up for well over a year, and it raised the price to an outrageous price, and it's very hard to get. And you can't reload 22 ammo. I mean, you can, you got special equipment, but because it's a rimfire, it's not as easily reloadable as your other primer fire bullets. So, how much ammo should you have? Well, I always just tell people, man, whatever you got, double it. That's how much you should have. Well, I got 5,000 rounds, and you should have 10,000. Well, I got 10,000, you should have 20. Because ammo is a commodity that will never go down in price. It will always have value. It will always be needed. And it will be needed more in any type of crisis situation. And I go back to the Rodney King riots down in LA. I loved it. The Korean people got on the roofs of their freaking stores and said, if you try to loot or burn us down, we're going to shoot you. And they were on top of their roofs. And the video footage, I think it's been removed. You can't even find it. You used to be able to find it. Of course, censorship with YouTube being for the liberal left, they don't want anything positive for how guns can save people and protect property. They don't want that. So all that shit's gone now. It's very hard to find. You may be able to find it. But the Koreans got on top of their stores with guns, and when the blacks, I know it was the blacks that were rioting. Rick, that was 20, 30 years ago. It wasn't like Black Lives Matter. Blacks have been rioting since pretty much country. So they were tearing up and looting down, burning down LA, and guess what? Koreans got up there and they were shooting people. Guess what? Their store didn't get burnt down. Well, that's amazing. How did that happen, Rick? Because people had guns and ammo. The people without guns and ammo, their places got burnt. Now, people were writing on their buildings and on their things, black-owned business. Because, you know, blacks aren't racist. They can't be racist. So, you know, if you put black-owned business, they're not going to burn their own because, you know, for the brotherhood, black's great and we got to support our people. But we're not racist. We can't be racist because we're black. Only white people can be racist. So anyway, ammo is one of those things that you absolutely need a lot of. And again, it's going to be great for bartering. It's going to be great for sharing. It's going to be great for trading, for vegetables, for anything. I mean, if the grid goes down, if a volcano goes up, people are like, you know, are you preppers and survivalists are crazy? Look, being prepared, that's why I like the Mormons. They require all their membership to have 6 months of food on hand. So most Mormons are going to be fine. Unfortunately, that makes most Mormons what I call a high-value target. Because Mormons are going to have food. So if you know, if there was a crisis and all the food's gone, you know that if you find a Mormon community, they're going to have food. So that makes them a very good target. If they're smart, they'll have guns and ammo to protect that food. Because those without guns and ammo will lose what they have. And those with guns will always take from those without guns. Why does government want gun control and take away the guns from the citizens? Because the government will only have guns. And what do people do with guns? People with guns always take from those without guns. It's the way of the world. You can hate me for it. You can say I'm a conspiracy, whatever. Look at history. It always happens. The best weapons win for the lower force, the people who are not as organized, not as well weaponed, not as well armed. So, ammo is one of those things that you need enough for each gun, depending on what you think you'll be shooting. Now, a hunting round, you may need less because you're not going to be hunting every day. You're not going to be spending, unless you're a pretty shitty hunter, you know, what's the old saying? What's the Indian word for vegetarian? Means bad hunter or can't hunt, whatever it was. There's some joke about that. But anyway, if you're a really bad hunter, you may need more hunting ammo. But most people who go hunting, you're not going to spend more than 10, maybe 20 rounds when you're hunting. depending on what you're hunting, what kind of ammo, etc. So 20 rounds, if you're hunting every day, that's 100 rounds a week, not counting the weekends. So, I mean, it adds up very quickly. So if you do 52 weeks, now you got 5,200 rounds if you don't hunt on the weekends. So, again, depending on how much you think you'll be shooting. Now, I tell people, you know, shooting with training in a crisis isn't going to be critical. Your training is going to be actual experience. It's going to be what the military calls OJT, on-the-job training. Here's a gun. Don't get shot, don't get killed, kill them. Let's go. That's called on-the-job training. You figure it out as you go. Okay? Because there's not going to be a lot of ammo to sit around and shoot 200 rounds and sight in and learn how to miss. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue. If you don't know how to shoot then, you're not going to use a lot of ammo for shooting. But if you want to have training ammo, then you need more ammo. If you want to have ammo to go out and do raids or ambushes or defend your community because looting or gangs are trying to get, I guarantee you the people in LA wish they had more ammo when the cops, government, the ones that took the guns away that said they protect you, when government went outside of LA in the riots area, blocked the streets and said, nobody's going in, nobody's coming out, it's too dangerous. What about all the people inside? Sorry, you're on your own. Your dumbass voted for gun control, you don't have guns, take it or leave it. So, that's what happened. People got their ass whipped, people got their places burnt down, people got their homes broken into, women were raped. I mean, there was just violent, huge crime, and government, the protector, the ones everybody wanted to call 911, shut down. Cops were on the outside and said nobody goes in, nobody goes out, it's too dangerous. And it just didn't happen in LA, it happens anytime there's a mass riot. Ferguson, until they got the National Guard there, they kind of backed out, so let the people burn it down. Let it cool down, just let them burn for a couple days, then they'll calm down. Really? That's great, unless you're one of the people in there. And I mean, the black community, to me, should have been outraged that the government just sacrificed all the black people to get looted and burnt by the other black people with no protection from government. But they didn't, because probably the majority of them joined in. So, and in that situation, maybe your only choice is to join in. You're either with us or against us. So, ammo is one of those things you need to kind of sit down and go, if I shoot 50 rounds a month, that's pretty low to me. That's pretty low. But you're already at 600 rounds in 1 year. So are you wanting to sustain yourself for a year or two? Then you're up, you're moving up the chain. And do you want to have extra ammo that you may be able to provide for your family, for your friends, for your kids? If you need help in an operation or you need help to go get something, or you want some security when you go to a dangerous area, so you want to be able to arm a couple other guys that can provide you protection, then you're going to need more ammo. So I guess I'm kind of getting a little bit into this, what I'm going to cover in the revolution, but these are things that you need to think about when you're planning on how much ammo I need. I think ammo should be just like anything else that you invest in or you put away. You put away for your college kids, you put away for life insurance, you put away for this insurance, you put away. You know what? Ammo is insurance for bad times, which is the best insurance you'll do because you don't give it away, it doesn't expire, you keep it, and at a bare minimum, you'll be able to sell it in 10, 15, 20 years if you kept it right, you didn't leave it outside in the weather. But if you kept it right, you'll be able to sell in 20 years for more than what you paid for it. So it's what I call a non-appreciating asset that it's not going to go down, it's probably going to go up, and if you need it, it's going to be invaluable. So how much ammo do you need? Twice as much as you got. Alright, we'll end that there on how much ammo you should have. Moki, you're a good kitty! He's sleeping, he's ignoring me.